Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because there's quite a few things that we need to go over. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over are of course the freebies. So you want to go to your systems, get campaign items, receive item account, and we get of course the central collection 2 giveaway. So this is a poster. Now do keep in mind, I think in 1 week or 2 weeks time we do need to log in again to get another poster, but you know, if you're logging in every single day and playing the game, you're gonna get it naturally. The next thing I need to cover is the Super Genesis Gifts Part 3. So this is part of the Super Genesis Festival, which is still ongoing until the end of January. And this is just a bunch of free goodies that we got. We got 15 end color change passes, as well as 5 preset skill enhancement success rates plus 15%. This is very, very useful because of all the boosts that we have this week as well as next week, where our FIXA boost rate is actually boosted by 10%. So it's 20% instead of 10%. So you add this on top of it and you have a 35% chance of upgrading your FIXA from whatever level that you want. And this is going to play a very important part because there's actually a secret event shop, which I'm going to show you in a bit. So the next campaign I want to go over is the Super Item Enhancement Support campaign over here, where there are a ton of boosts. As you can see, everything that is highlighted in yellow means that there is a campaign going on. So the very first boost is our item enhancement. As you can see, great success rate plus 90%. However, keep in mind by default, you get 10%. So it's actually a 100% great success chance. So if you do need to enhance anything to plus 80, now is definitely the time to do it because, well, all of your enhancements are going to be ×2 because they're all going to be great successes. So basically cut everything in half and you saved yourself a lot of money and resources, of course. However, Sega did not stop there with the limit breaking. If you need to limit break everything, all of the Meseta costs have been halved. This is actually freaking insane. As you can see over here, if I want to limit break my Christia weapon, you know, the materials are still going to cost the same with the Arms Refiners as well as Arms Refiners 2. However, the amount of money is significantly reduced. So it's so much cheaper now. So if you do want to upgrade any of your weapons, it might be a very good time to do it now. It is a good time to do it now. So I do highly recommend, if you haven't gotten your weapons or any of your gear to plus 80 yet, now is the time that you need to do it, because these discounts, they're very, very rare. Now, the most important one is the add augments. You have an augmentation success rate plus 10%. This also almost never happens. We always get the 5% one. The 10% one is very, very rare. This comes like once a year, once in a blue moon type of thing. So again, in the next 2 weeks, if you do need to augment anything, you need to do it now because these boosts are gonna save you so much headache. The next thing I want to talk about is multi-weaponing. If you want a multi-weapon, the Meseta cost has been reduced by 75%. This is absolutely insane as well. I've never seen it being this low. Usually it's like 25%, 50% at most. I've never seen a 75% off one. So that is really nice. However, this is the big one, enhanced preset skills. This one is the FIXA transfer system or the FIXA enhancement system. So let's say that, you know, you want to add a FIXA onto your Flugelguard weapon. Usually it's a 10% success rate. However, we get this extra boost of 10%. And if you guys remember from the very beginning of the video, we actually got 5 of these preset skill enhancement success rate plus 15% for free. So 20% plus 15% equals 35%. So this is incredibly useful for the Verschmel weapons. Now hold your horses. I know some of you guys are like, what? Verschmel weapons? What are you talking about? Because we're going to talk about that now in the event shop. So at the very beginning, when you talk to the event lady, you're going to notice that you do not have exchange minerals. You do not have this exchange shop over here. You only have exchange seasonal points. In order to unlock this shop, you actually need to progress a little bit with the seasonal lady's tasks. So for the very first time when you log in after the update, you actually get a dialogue with the event lady. She's like, hey, come talk to me. After talking to her, she's going to give you collect battle data part 1, which requires you to defeat 30 seasonal enemies. After you complete this, you're going to get another task called collect battle data 2. This is the one that you need to complete in order to unlock the secret seasonal shop. It requires you to obtain photon chunks 2A, 5 of them, photon chunks 2B, 5 of them, and then you come back and you talk to the event lady and you will unlock that secret shop. The thing is, in order to get photon chunks 2A and 2B normally is an absolute pain in the butt. However, remember, we have Randomite that is spawning right now. So what you need to do is make sure that you accept this quest first before you start going around and destroying the Randomite around the map. Because this time around, Sega pulled a fast one. Normally, Randomite spawns in all 4 regions, so Kavaris, Stia, Alio, as well as Retem. This time it only spawns in Retem. I don't really know why Sega did this. It's probably because if it spawned in all 4 regions, you get way too many minerals. But, you know, come on, man, Sega, be a little bit more generous. You're giving all of these freebies. You might as well give us all these minerals as well. But you know what? Sega, they didn't want to do that. So Randomite this time around only spawns in Retem. And remember, Randomite respawns weekly, so there are 60 pieces of Randomite ore that you can break every single week. I have a map right here. I will leave this map in the description below in case you want to save it for your own personal use, but this is the locations of all 60 pieces of Randomite ore. So you want to make sure you accept that side task first before you go break this ore, because if you break the ore first and then come back and pick up our quest, then it's going to be an absolute pain in the butt to collect photon chunks 2A and 2B normally. If you have Randomite around, it's going to be super easy. You break one piece of Randomite, you're almost always guaranteed one photon chunk 2A as well as one photon chunk 2B. So you break 5 pieces of Randomite, boom, your quest is complete and you unlock the secret shop. Now there's one more thing I need to remind everyone about Randomite. So Randomite is this RGB ore that you can see on the screen right now. Make sure to pump as much rare drop rate as possible before breaking the Randomite. Rare drop rate does affect the quality of ore that you get from Randomite. So if you have no rare drop rate and you break the Randomite, you're going to get less high quality ore versus someone that has 200% rare drop rate. So before you start going around Retem breaking all of your Randomite, make sure to pump up as much rare drop rate as possible, because the higher the drop rate you have, the more photon chunks 2A and 2B you'll actually get from breaking all this Randomite. And the reason why photon chunks 2A and 2B is so important is because when you unlock this secret shop, you are going to notice there are a bunch of Verschmel weapons that are already FIXA Termina 2. You can purchase 5 copies of every single weapon, all right? And then on top of that, you also have Ajax armors that are FIXA Guard 5, and you can also purchase 3 copies of this. So all of this gear over here is a direct upgrade to your FIXA armors, as well as your Argenti weapons, and even your Melik weapons. Yes, if you have a clean Melik weapon without a FIXA on it, this is a direct upgrade. The reason I say this is because you will be able to upgrade your FIXAs. It's actually incredibly easy to upgrade your FIXAs. So for the sake of the video, I'm actually gonna buy the Verschmel sword over here. I'm gonna buy 5 of them, all right? So we can pay with Photon Chunks 2A, it'll cost 20 of this, or you can pay with the Photon Chunks 2B. As you can see, if you buy 5 of them, it'll cost 20 of that. And this is why you need a ton of Photon Chunks 2A as well as 2B, because you're going to be buying all of these weapons and you're just going to be gambling to upgrade the FIXA from FIXA 2 to FIXA 3 to FIXA 4 and eventually FIXA 5. That's going to be your final goal. And since you can purchase 5 copies of each weapon over here, it adds up to a lot. And something else that I just found out right now is you can buy 5 copies with the Photon Chunks 2A and then another 5 copies with the Photon Chunks 2B. Literally, I just did that with the sword over here, and you can see in my inventory, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 Verschmel swords, all with the FIXA Termina 2 and all of the LC capsules. However, what we're going to be doing with all of these weapons is we're going to be smashing them together with the enhancement preset skills over here. You're literally just going to smash them together with no success boosters, no preservatives, no nothing. As you can see over here, it has a 20% chance to upgrade to a FIXA Termina 3. But we have so many weapons that it actually doesn't matter if it fails or not. We're just going to be smashing them together. Boom, we got a success. So this weapon was upgraded to FIXA Termina 3. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get another FIXA Termina 3. So again, we're going to be smashing the level 2s again together. And we just keep doing this. And since we have so many weapons to do this with, you know, you are almost guaranteed to get a FIXA Termina 5 Verschmel weapon. As you can see, boom, we got the FIXA Termina 3s now. And we're just gonna keep doing this until we get a bunch of FIXA Termina 3s, and then we're gonna smash them all together to get a bunch of FIXA Termina 4s, and then finally smash those together to get a FIXA Termina 5. That is the plan. And since it doesn't cost that much money, it literally costs 500 Meseta for a single attempt, and all of these weapons you are literally getting for basically free because of the Randomite. You get so many of the Photon Chunks 2A and 2B that it's not a big deal, and you can just smash them together and just keep trying until you get a ton of these weapons. So now that I have 2 Verschmel swords at FIXA level 3, I can actually pick up the actual weapon that I want to use. Let's say that I want my katana. So for example, I have a Verschmel katana over here. Let me just receive that. And you can see that my Verschmel katana is already FIXA Termina level 3. Then I can use the actual weapon that I want to use as the base weapon and smash these FIXA level 3s on. Again, no protection needed. And I can essentially keep trying to get a FIXA Termina 4. So again, no protection, and wabam, okay, we failed. But you know, you get the point. Since we have so many weapons to burn through, literally you have 10 of each category. So let us count how many weapons we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you have 180 attempts to try to get a FIXA Termina 5. It's actually a ton. And you know, let's say that you get it to FIXA Termina 4 and you're like, all right, maybe it's time to use my boosters. That is when you use your preset skill enhancement success rate plus 15. You use all 5 of them when you get to FIXA Termina 4 and you're trying to upgrade to FIXA Termina 5, because this is going to greatly increase your chances from 20% to 35%. And it's pretty much guaranteed that you will get a FIXA Termina 5 weapon if you take the time to just smash them together, because it literally costs nothing, okay? You're gonna get all of your minerals from your Randomite, so your Photon Chunks 2A and 2B, you get that for free. And then on top of that, when you're smashing these weapons together to try to upgrade their FIXA, the cost is 500 Meseta for every attempt, regardless of what FIXA level it is. So FIXA level 2 is 500, FIXA level 3, FIXA level 4, FIXA level 5, they are all 500 Meseta, so it doesn't cost that much. And you have the 20% success rate, so you can literally just keep rolling 180 attempts. Even if you have the worst RNG ever, you are going to be able to get your weapons to, at the very least, FIXA Termina 4. So make sure to take advantage of that if you don't have a very good weapon yet. In tomorrow's video, I'll actually show you the breakdown and the DPS difference between all the different weapons. But the TLDR is the Verschmel weapons are significantly better than the Melik weapons if you can get a high FIXA, which is pretty much a guaranteed because the event shop gives you 180 attempts from FIXA Termina 2 as well. You're not starting from 0, you're starting from 2. So it's actually crazy that the game is giving you this much stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is the campaign boost for the urgent quest. As you can see over here, there is a rare drop rate plus 200%, as well as the item rare drop rate or the FIXA rare drop rate plus 200%. Then on top of that, there are additional drops. So the Flugelguard sword, it says sword here, but it's actually just the Flugelguard series altogether, as well as the winter 2023 and 2024 special scratch tickets. So you can also get these as additional drops. Now the tickets drop pretty much always. I think it might be guaranteed every single run because there hasn't been a run where I haven't gotten one of those. But of course the Flugelguard weapons are a little bit more rare, but they are dropping a lot more often than before. So if you look at the prices, they have plummeted significantly. And honestly, for the average player, you probably don't want to spend money on a Flugelguard. If you get it to drop, congratulations, you can use it. However, I wouldn't spend any Meseta buying one right now. Now, while you can get your Flugelguard weapons to drop from the urgent quest as well as the special scratch tickets, they also drop in any rank urgent quest. So you can literally run rank 1 urgent quest in any Alio urgent quest or any Ritem or Kavaris or Sia. You can run any urgent quest at any rank and it will have a chance of dropping a Flugelguard, and it's pretty much a guaranteed that you always get those special scratch tickets or the winter tickets from regardless of what difficulty you run or what urgent quest you run. It's pretty much guaranteed that you always get the ticket. However, the Flugelguard weapon being able to drop in rank 1, let's say you don't have that much time or you don't like any of the urgent quests, you can just run the fastest urgent quest at rank 1, so all the enemies are super low level, blast through it in like 2 minutes and boom, you're done. And if you're lucky, you might get a Flugelguard. It's actually pretty crazy that Sega decided to do that. So yeah, farming for these weapons are going to be significantly easier, so there is that. Now, while we're on the topic of urgent quests, we also have the pre-announced urgent quests as well as all the boosts. So as I said earlier, you know, all of the rare drop rate, the preset skill drop rate, or the FIXA drop rate, as well as the Flugel guard weapons and all of the scratch tickets, all of this is being boosted for all urgent quests. But on top of that, we also have an entire schedule. This auto converts to your local time zone, so I will leave this link in the description below so that you can check it for yourself. The next thing I want to talk about is the new limited time quest, the Chiliest Chase. This is not a bad limited time quest at all. It gives you 30,000 seasonal points for every run that you do. There's a chance of getting the Flugel guard weapons, the Octo armors, the arms refiners, all the LC capsules, as well as the special tickets. However, the main reason why I'm going to be spamming this over and over and over is actually because of the Kavaris crisp meat. Now, the reason I say this is because we are wrapping up things in Retem and we are going to go back to Kavaris. And for me personally, farming crisp Kavaris meat is an absolute pain in the butt and I don't want to farm it. So I want to make sure that I spam the living daylights out of this limited time quest and get a ton of crisp Kavaris meat. Because every run you do, you get like 25 to 28 stacks of crisp Kavaris meat. You also get the rich variant as well, so that is really nice. So I'm literally just going to spam this till I have like 5,000 crisp Kavaris meat or maybe even 10,000. And I'm also going to have a ton of seasonal points so I can actually buy out all the items in the seasonal shop. And that way, when we do end up coming to Kavaris in a couple of months, I'm good to go. I'll have all of the different food ingredients that I need for my food buff, and I'm good to go in Kavaris, and I don't need to farm any tames and just run around and do all of that nonsense. Now, something I forgot to mention because I got so carried away with the secret seasonal shop is the normal seasonal shop. So if we talk to the seasonal lady, we go to exchange seasonal points. You know, you can also pick up another 40 of these winter special scratch tickets. There are a bunch of cosmetic items over here. There is the idle mage. This looks absolutely badass. Look at that. Blue flames. This is so cool. And this is free. You get this absolutely free from the seasonal shop. So please make sure to pick up all of these cosmetic items. These used to cost a lot when they first got introduced into the game because they look so freaking cool. We also get a vital gauge, so this just changes how your HP bar looks. Not so interesting, whatever. Seasonal weapons, skip them all. You do not need any seasonal weapons anymore because, as I said before, you know, we've got the secret shop over here. You're gonna pick up your Vershmel weapons. They have LC capsules in them. They're limit broken to 80, so you don't even need to limit break them. You just shove it with all of your golden prim swords too. Immediately max it out to enhancement level 80. You're gonna upgrade that FIXA to terminal level 5. And then you're going to add one more augment to the last slot, either a stat 4 for 3% potency, or you can go with the triple capsule like the triple 2s or the triple staminas, which give you 3% potency plus like HP and all of that stuff. You can do that instead. It's really up to you on what you want to fill the 4th slot in. Just do not use Grand Dreadkeeper LC because remember, this weapon potential gives you a 100% crit rate, so you do not need floor potency. And with the FIXA terminal level 2, well, you're going to get this to level 5. It's going to increase your critical potency or your crit damage by a buttload. So the only thing you care about augment wise is whatever increases potency. So Grand Dreadkeeper LC is out of the question. Do not use that. It's not as good because it doesn't give you that much potency. You're much better off with anything that gives you 3% potency. Okay? Now, the last thing I want to touch upon is going to be the SG support item select January 2024. If you do plan to do like a 10 pull or 20 pull, I think it might not be a bad idea because of the prize list over here. What you're actually going to be aiming for is going to be these over here, like the stamina triple, the spirit triple, death triple, guard triple. Like they have a 4% drop rate. It's not that bad. However, on top of that, you also have a relatively high chance of getting these preset skill enhancement success rate plus 20%. It's a 12% chance, and then you've got 20% chance of getting the 10% boosters. So if you do decide to spend a little bit of your hard-earned SG, this will definitely help you get your FIXA 5 a lot quicker and a lot easier without having to burn through all 180 attempts. However, you know, you are trading in your star gems for this. Personally, I would just go through all 180 attempts or like 170 attempts. And if you're still not able to get a FIXA 5 and you're just struggling to get the last level, then maybe spend a little bit of star gems on this. But personally, you know, your chances are pretty low for the good stuff. You know, you're aiming for these are the good ones over here. You've got your Gigas Maste S, you've Gladiosol S, High El Domina S. These are really nice as well, but only 2% drop rate. Mastery 4S is garbage, we don't care about that. But the other tripables over here, these are pretty nice to have because making these augments by themselves is kind of a pain in the butt. And the S variant is a 100% success rate, so you just need one copy of this. So it might not be a bad idea to scratch a couple of times if you want to, because they also have buffed the scratch count bonus. However, it doesn't ramp up to about 30 pulls, 40 pulls. This is when things start getting better. Like the first 20 pulls are kind of, it's not that great. And from 30 onwards, rewards start getting significantly better. But at the end of the day, it really depends on you. I'm going to be skipping this. I'm not going to be spending my star gems. However, you know, if you are struggling gearing up and you just want to get strong really quick and you have a surplus of star gems, then it might be something to think about. But now to talk about the negatives. So the veteran hunt unfortunately has died. You know, we no longer get the Rappy spawn points and all of that stuff, as well as the captains. That entire farming has just died because they just removed it. It is very unfortunate. That was one of the main fun driving forces that a lot of people enjoyed. However, more importantly is, where do we farm our reward box medals? Because remember, previously you just had to defeat a captain every single day in order to get your reward box medal, because you know, you wanted to get all of the items. Like in my case, I wanted to get that scarf. Now you actually have to run the limited time quest every single day in order to get the reward box medal. So do make sure that you actually go to the limited time quest and actually do the chilliest chase every single day, so that you do get your reward box tokens, so that you can actually pull here every single day to get all of the rewards. Now some of you may be wondering, Kero, how do you have the scarf already even though you didn't pull it from the reward box? I bought it off the player market. So some items in the reward box are tradable, so you know, if you do get a high value item, you can always throw it onto the market and make some meseta.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!